Before we get started, if you're interested in getting a request or a commission, there are multiple pages down below that can help you with that. Otherwise, enjoy. Thank you. Hello everyone, Galacticstorm here. Welcome to the show, and today we're going to be talking about between the two robots that I'm going to be using for Popcon in Indianapolis, Indiana. So, yeah, last month was not a great month. Work had been, I would say, absolutely nuts. And it's just been so stupid. And to make things, with Typhoon and Obsidian going 1 and 2 in both events, it was not a great time. So instead I thought it'd be a great idea just to show what I've improved upon between that and the plastic Antweight, the Plastic Typhoon, that I'm going to be using for this event. So let's begin, shall we? So the biggest issue when it came to Obsidian were two things. One was electronic issues, and the other one was traction. Electronic issues I figured out. It was basically a battery that I had, and I tried 2 of the batteries after that, put them on there for like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and as long as I go into at least 30 or 40%, the robot would be fine. No issues when it comes to batteries or draining or anything of that matter. I do have to at least increase the power supply of the battery eventually. I might have to go from a 300 milliamps to maybe a little bit higher. Other than that, the robot's fine. The traction, on the other hand, well, you clearly saw what happened. So what I did was, after that, I asked Trevor from Overkill Robotics to make me some tires. And I'm not going for like the 2-inch tires, I went for 2.5 inches. And they have a foam core with Vitaflex on the side. And these things actually work, they're pretty good. The downside is, however, the robot is overweight. So to compromise on that, I asked Vish to help me remove some of the parts of the fins on the front wedgelets. So in return, it should be more than enough to, get me into the next competition without any worries. And that way, we don't have to worry about weight or anything else. It drives really well now, and it works. Now, onto Typhoon. Now with Plastic Typhoon. You probably remember me saying, I was going to get rid of this thing and just put it into my closet until further notice. And that I did. I kept my promise. But then they wanted, more robots within the plastic category. So I thought, hell, why not? So I'm going to be using the same electronics as I did with the original Typhoon that I had. With Champ Makerspace. So there was a few upgrades that I did. First off, I got rid of the tiny ESCs, and now there's not as, it's a lot more roomier, and, we don't have to worry about stuff breaking with one ESC, and just, nothing of that would be an issue. And then with this one, because I used a different motor in that, I instead decided to cut like half the support off, so that way, if I use them together and it's all tied up and all assembled, the weapon motor is not going to move any way, shape, or form. So instead, I decided to put, super glue, tire glue, all that fun stuff onto the weapon again, and it seems to have worked so far. I cut like half the support and everything works. I'm just hoping it stays that way, and I'm going to be using the anti-horizontal bars. Plastic bars, let's put it that way. And that way, everything moves, and we don't have to worry about anything else, and everything should be fine at this point. After a few tests, everything works. So right now, I'm just waiting for getting this event over and done with, and then we go into Horde. And just do everything from there. So yeah, the next event I'm going to be going to, I'll record the fights and do like maybe 2 separate videos depending on how everything goes, and see how. I'm just hoping that Obsidian and Plastic Typhoon do decent, or at least well enough that I could do them in, all that fun stuff. Anywho, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and be sure to look at my Facebook page down below. Until then, I'll see you all later.